Buckle up, because the US-China trade war just got real. What's Trump aiming for? This isn't just a minor skirmish, it's a full-blown economic battle with global ramifications. The stakes are higher than ever, and the world is watching closely. President Trump recently hiked tariffs on Chinese imports to a staggering 145%. His strategy? The madman theory. This approach, famously used by Nixon during the Cold War, involves unpredictable and extreme measures to keep opponents off balance. Trump believes that by escalating the situation, he can force China to the negotiating table on terms favorable to the US. By using extreme measures, he aims to pressure China into negotiations. But how's China responding? The Chinese government isn't backing down. Instead, they are doubling down on their own tariffs and looking for alternative trade partners to mitigate the impact of US tariffs. With their own tariffs on US goods currently at 84% and expected to rise. The stakes are high. American farmers who rely heavily on the Chinese market are feeling the pinch. Soybean, pork, and other agricultural exports have been hit hard, leading to significant financial strain in rural America. The S&P 500 dropped 3.5%, Nasdaq plunged 4.3%, and the Dow Jones fell 2.5% just yesterday. The stock market is reacting to the uncertainty and potential long-term impacts of the trade war. Investors are jittery and the volatility is palpable, and the Dow Jones fell 2.5% just yesterday. Financial markets are in turmoil, and the ripple effects are being felt globally. The uncertainty is causing businesses to delay investments and hiring, further slowing economic growth. Former Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warns of massive impacts on both the US and global economies. She highlights the potential for a prolonged economic downturn if the trade war continues. The interconnectedness of the global economy means that no country is immune to the fallout. American consumers face higher prices, as tariffs on Chinese goods lead to increased costs for everyday items. From electronics to clothing, the impact is being felt in households across the country. The cost of living is rising, and consumer confidence is taking a hit. While Chinese industries see job losses and bankruptcies, factories are closing, and workers are being laid off as demand for Chinese exports declines. The economic strain is leading to social unrest and putting pressure on the Chinese government to find a resolution. He claims the US has been exploited by China, justifying his aggressive stance. Trump argues that the trade imbalance has cost American jobs and hurt the economy. He believes that tough measures are necessary to level the playing field and protect American interests. But many believe his tactics could backfire, leading to a prolonged economic conflict with no clear winner. Critics argue that the trade war could damage both economies and strain international relations. The potential for a global recession looms large. Given China's economic weight and nationalistic sentiment, the Chinese government is unlikely to back down easily, and the population is rallying behind their leaders. National pride and economic resilience are driving China's response to the trade war. Trump's personal relationship with Xi Jinping might not be enough. While the two leaders have met and discussed trade issues, the underlying tensions remain unresolved. Personal diplomacy can only go so far in addressing deep-seated economic and political differences. China prefers formal, lower-level negotiations, unlike Trump's informal style. The Chinese government values structured and methodical approaches to diplomacy, which contrasts sharply with Trump's more spontaneous and confrontational tactics. As the global trade war intensifies, the uncertainty is palpable. Businesses and investors are on edge, and the potential for widespread economic disruption is growing. The interconnected nature of global trade means that the impacts will be far-reaching. Goldman Sachs estimates a 45% chance of a recession. So, what now? The financial institution warns that the prolonged trade war could tip the global economy into a recession, with severe consequences for growth and employment worldwide. The intertwined US-China economies mean a trade war could be catastrophic. The two largest economies in the world are deeply connected, and a prolonged conflict could disrupt supply chains, increase costs, and reduce economic growth globally. And with no clear endgame, the world watches closely. The uncertainty and high stakes mean that every move is being scrutinized. Governments, businesses, and individuals are all trying to navigate the complex and rapidly changing landscape. Stay tuned for more updates on this high-stakes geopolitical chess match. The outcome of the US-China trade war will have profound implications for the global economy and international relations. This is your channel name signing off. Keep following us for the latest developments and in-depth analysis on this and other critical global issues.